Welcome, dear viewers. We'll continue practicing MCQs regarding pedagogy, and this is second part of that. I've told you in the previous video as well that these type of MCQs which relate to teaching methods and methodology are equally important for the posts of teachers in general education and for special educators in special education. So let's start. First question is, education psychology is concerned with the scientific study of education, philosophy of education, human learning, or teaching methods. The correct answer is human learning. Second question is, according to famous philosophers, teaching is an art, arts, science, or technique. The correct answer is it is art. Progressive education emphasizes learning by reading, writing, doing, enjoying. Correct answer is C, that is by doing. According to John Dewey, educational process has two sides: economical and sociological, psychological and sociological, economical and philosophical, or sociological and philosophical. Correct answer is at B, that is psychological and sociological. Next is, according to John Dewey, which side of the educational process is the basis? Economical, sociological, philosophical, or psychological? Correct is D, psychological. In education, dash is used to make inference about the learning and development of students. Assessment, evaluation, measurement, or diagnosis. Correct is assessment. An assessment that is conducted prior to starting of teaching or instruction is called initial assessment, formal assessment, formative assessment, or summative assessment. Correct is initial assessment. An assessment that is carried out throughout the course is called initial assessment, diagnostic assessment, formative assessment, or summative assessment. The answer is formative assessment. An assessment is dash if it consistently achieves the same results with the same or similar students: valid, invalid, reliable, or unreliable. Answer is reliable. An dash assessment is one which measures what it intended to measure: valid, invalid, reliable, unreliable. Answer is valid. The study of the physical, social, and mental aspects of aging is called aesthetics, genetics, gerontology, or clinical psychology. Answer is gerontology. As people gets older, the ability of applying or maintain attention decreases, stays consistent, remains unaffected. The answer is B, decreases. The brain dash as people gets older, shrinks, expands, stays constant, remains unaffected. Answer is it shrinks. Next question is, there is dash in working memory as people gets older: upgradation, degradation, no change, a slight change. Answer is degradation. According to the philosophy of idealism in education, the subject matter of curriculum should be mathematics, science, physical, a word or word. Answer is mind. For an effective teaching, the teacher must be a subject matter expert that includes number one, command over the subject, number two, ability to convey knowledge, number three, the ability to apply ideas from one discipline to another. Which is correct? One only, two only, one and two only, or D, one, two, and three? All three are correct. The situation technique of classroom management is a technique where instead of pushing negative behaviors, the teacher might decide to actually dash the negative behavior. Encourage, discourage, ignore, or divert. Answer is encourage the negative behavior. The extinction technique of classroom management is a technique where teacher dash any negative behavior. A, divert, ignore, encourage, or discourage. Correct answer is B, that is ignore. Next question is the use of physical punishment for class management is called extinction technique, saturation technique, time out technique, or corporal punishment. The correct answer is corporal punishment. The technique of classroom management where the teacher punishes negative behaviors by removing an unruly student from the rest of the class is called extinction technique, saturation technique, time out technique, or corporal punishment. The correct answer is time out technique. According to the law of effect, if a stimulus results in a negative outcome, the SR bond, stimulus response bond, is strengthened, weakened, stabilized, or unsterilized. The correct answer is weakened. According to Dash, the more you do something, the better you are at it. Law of effect, law of exercise, law of readiness, law of connectionism. Correct is law of exercise. According to the Dash, stimulus response bonds are stronger if an individual is ready to learn. Law of effect, law of exercise, law of readiness, law of connectionism. Answer is law of readiness. The Dash says we are motivated to gain rewards and avoid punishment. Law of effect, law of exercise, law of readiness, or law of connectionism. Correct answer is law of effect. The law of effect can be effectively used in accelerate learning, curriculum development, classroom management, teaching methods. Correct is C, that is classroom management. The connection between stimulus and response is called stimulus response bond, receiving accepting bond, stimulus response paradigm, or receiving accepting paradigm. Correct is the first one, stimulus response bond. Excuse me. The Dash, the stimulus response bond, the better a person has learned the lesson. Stable, unstable, stronger, or weaker. Answer is stronger. There are Dash laws of connectionism. 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct is 3. The 3 laws of connectionism are the laws of affect, stimulus, and response, stimulus, response, and exercise, exercise, readiness, and response, and the correct one is affect, exercise, and readiness. According to the law of affect, if a stimulus results in a positive outcome, the stimulus response bond is strengthened, weakened, stabilized, or unsterilized. It is strengthened. The philosopher who for the first time taught the logic as a formal discipline was Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, or Edward Thorndike. The correct one is Aristotle. The advocates of philosophy of pragmatism believe that reality is imagination, stagnant, constantly changing, or related to mind. Answer is constantly changing. The psychologist who for the first time proposed the concept of connectionism in learning was Aristotle, Plato, Robert Sternberg, or Edward Thorndike. The last one, that is Edward Thorndike, is correct. According to Edward Thorndike, learning is about responding to analysis, change, experiment, or stimuli. Correct answer is stimuli. Anything that causes a reaction is called learning, stimulus, connectionism, physical object. Correct answer is stimulus. The branch of philosophy focused on the nature of reality is connectionism, epistemology, metaphysics, or pedagogy. The correct one was metaphysics. Idealism is a philosophical approach that argues that dash are the only true reality and the only thing worth knowing. Ideas, experiences, observation, or physical object. Correct answer is ideas. Realism is a philosophical approach that argues that ultimate reality is the world of idea, experiences, observation, or physical objects. The answer is physical objects. Who is called the father of both realism and scientific method? Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Edward Thorndike. The correct one is the first one, that is Aristotle. The philosopher who is called the father of idealism is Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Edward Thorndike. The correct one is Plato. According to Robert Sternberg, the three different types of required intelligence for creativity are synthetic, analytical, and practical. Analytical, observation, and practical. Analytical, critical, and practical. Abstract, synthetic, and analytical. The correct one is the first one, that is synthetic, analytical, and practical. A common technique to help people begin the creative process is calculation, brainstorming, thoroughness, mental shortcuts. The correct one is brainstorming. According to Plato, the highest goal in all the education is knowledge of the science, mathematics, philosophy, or good. The correct one is the last one, that is good. Plato argued that dash are the fit to rule. Educationist and philosopher, only educationist, only philosopher, only psychologist. Answer is only philosophers. The book A Brief History of Time is written by whom? It is written by Stephen Hawking. The new curriculum should be introduced abruptly, continuously, gradually, or relatively. Answer is gradually. The evaluation of the process of curriculum development should be made abruptly, continuously, gradually, or relatively. Answer is continuously. Curriculum revision should be an process, abrupt, continuous, gradual, or relative. Answer is it should be continuous. The term heuristic means in decision making. Heuristic means brainstorming, calculation, thoroughness, or mental shortcuts. It means mental shortcuts. That's the correct answer. Robert Sternberg, a famous psychologist, argued that creativity requires dash different types of intelligence. 3, 4, 5, 6. The correct answer is 3. A normal human being has how many senses? 4, 5, 6, 5 senses. Very easy. Which from the following is not among the 5 senses? Vision, touch, smell, thought. Thought is not among the 5 senses. The application of ideas, knowledge, and skills to achieve a desired result is called problem solving, critical thinking, reason, reasoned arguments, deductive method. Correct is problem solving. According to Socrates of Menio, virtue is teachable, unteachable, reachable, unreachable. Correct is unteachable. The curriculum of educational institute should be based on theory, and practice, theory, practice and research. Correct is it should be based on theory and practice. The concept of perennialism in education means school curricula should focus on what is important, everlasting, in demand, in need. Correct is what is everlasting. According to Davy, children should experience dash in school to make them better citizens. Rules, disciplines, democracy, practical implementation. The correct is democracy. Progressivism believes that education comes from the experience of child, teacher, principal, or society. Answer is child. The idea of teaching the whole child in the philosophy of pragmatism in education means teaching students to be good learner, thinker, scientist, citizen. Answer is citizens. Progressivism believes that children learn in an community, competition, isolation, or closed environment. The answer is community. A curriculum is the sum total of school efforts to influence a child, course, behavior, design, or logical sequence. Correct answer is behavior. Percentage of knowledge gained through observation is 75%, 50%, 34%, none. It is 75%. The base on which the subject activities and experiments are planned is called course, behavior, design, logical sequence. The correct one was design. Keeping in view the types of students in a class are generally grouped as dash, average, below average, above average, all. It is all. Logical order of content organization is to arrange the content according to dash, course, behavior, design, logical sequence. The correct answer is logical sequence. Without suitable curriculum, aims of education can be achieved, cannot be achieved, can be changed, or none. Aims of education cannot be achieved. Curriculum development refers to the total process of curriculum designing, implementing, evaluating. All three. Which one is not the component of the curriculum? Design, evaluation, curriculum design, or ability? Design. Who is considered as father of education? It is Horace Mann. The importance of a curriculum in the system of education is just like a constitution in the country. Provision of the latest knowledge, preparation of the students for service is none. First one, that is constitution in a country, is correct. Curriculum is supposed to be dash, achieve the objective, be organized by the school, both. Correct is both. Learning means change in behavior, teaching process, curriculum none. Learning means change in behavior. Component of a curriculum is evaluation, objectives, teaching strategies, all of these. Correct is all three of these. Models of curriculum presently being used at any stage in Pakistan is activity, subject, integrated. All of the above. Intelligence level of gifted students is dash. 140 and above, 110, 90, none. Gifted students' intelligence is 140 and above. The scope of curriculum include programs of studies, programs of activities, programs of guidance, all. The last one is correct, that is all. The concise Oxford Dictionary defines curriculum as course of learning, chariot race course of studies, none. The correct was chariot race course. The model of curriculum could not move above elementary stage is core curriculum, activity curriculum, subject curriculum, none. The correct answer is activity curriculum. Detailed contents of the subject for a class are course, behavior, design, logical sequence. It is course. The amount set apart by East India Company for the educational purposes was rupees 1 lakh, 15,000, 14,000 or 12,000. The correct one was the first one, 1 lakh. Stay blessed. See you in the next